Hey, Kate.
Good to see you guys.
How'd that feel for you?
Good. Again, I was just telling Alicia, like, that was a really weird round. Top 6, I very much was like, my race is to see how easy I can run this and still make it through. So I felt like I did that.
Do you think, coming back this season, are you where you want to be going into the trials?
No, I mean, practices have gone super well. So I've hit every practice that I've tried to do, I've hit. Obviously, I wouldn't love, like, my last race from Portland, like, you want to have a momentum up, and it was kind of like a dip. And we're just saying, like, that was the nature of the way that I had to do the training. Because I had such a short build, like, I really was doing, like, hardest workouts and race travel and races, like, all the way through Portland. So I think probably that was just, like, the nature of I had to kind of take a hit that week because I was still trying to build, basically. And now I've basically been resting for 2 weeks, so we're going to see what's sunk in.
What's been maybe the most challenging part of kind of coming back to things?
I mean, last year was really rocky. Like, it was really up and down. Obviously, like, childbirth. But I want to be so positive. Like, women can come back. Childbirth should be like a net positive. Like, you see Ellie, like, it is such a physiological gain to your body if you get through it and have the right support. But you need the right support, which is why it's so important that our sponsors and, like, USOC, USATF are coming and supporting us. Because, like, physiologically, like, you can be better after you have the kid. It just, a lot of women are like me, and we wait until, like, the end of our careers, and then it's like you're kind of doing both, where I've been away from the track for 3 years, and now I'm in my mid-30s, and so there's, like, a ton of other things coming on there. So yeah, last year was just, like, I had, like, 3 different injuries. I never had more than, like, 2 or 3 months in a row, and, that just gets, like, old. But now, like, workouts have been good, my fitness came around, so I'm so happy to be here.
Why do you think physiologically you can be better post-pregnancy? What's your thinking behind that?
Blood volume increases, lung capacity increases, like, hormonal shifts. That I don't understand hormonal shifts, but I don't know if anyone really does. I do feel like, obviously, there's not much science on women and female athletes in general, and definitely not, like, female moms. But everything I hear about, like, what happens during pregnancy and childbirth would tell me that you would be stronger athletically after. Also, I just, like, tell myself that, like, it makes sense to me biologically. Like, women, if you then have a kid, you need to be strong. Like, it makes sense that our species gets stronger after. Like, you then need to, like, take care of the kid, right? So it would make sense that, like, our moms are, like, the strongest athletes if you think about us biologically. This is, like, a total not science background, but that's just what I tell myself. When I tell myself that, like, that moms can be very strong athletes.
And are you having conversations with an Ellie or even, like, Alicia, right? Like, are you having conversations learning from them on how you can approach, the second half of your career?
Mostly with Ellie. Mostly we just, like, pump each other up. And also Ellie's, like, 7 years younger than I am, so, like, that side isn't. But in terms of, like, the mom stuff and, like, with Rachel, like, we definitely, like, give each other kudos whenever anyone's doing well. And kind of laugh about, like, you do take on more. Like, it is like you take on, even if you have amazing childcare, I'm not sitting around watching Netflix all day, which is, like, kind of what I used to do, so it's different.
And then, did you, go ahead.
I was just going to ask about you talked about your hard, quick build, right? Going really hard and then taking the foot off. What have you learned about the recovery process at your point in your career, and how has that kind of helped at this point?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, it's learning that it takes longer. Like, I was freaked out the week after Portland when I didn't come around. Like, immediately I was like, what is going on? And one of my advisors, Bob Lesko, was just like, yo, it's like, you have to remember that, like, it is different in your mid-30s. Like, your body can come around, but you need to give it that time. And I did start feeling poppy again, like, 8 to 10 days later. So yeah, I think it's just a learning experience, and definitely, like, obviously looking toward other athletes, but I was really sad to see Center out. Like, there are fewer and fewer of us. So yeah.
And so what's the mindset, what's kind of the goals here, right? Obviously things are different. Is the goal, all right, I need to make this team, or are you approaching it a little bit different?
I mean, Paris is the goal, and I think the 8's fun this year because, I mean, a thing was also a question mark until, like, 2 days ago. It's like, it's not, the 8 for the last 8 years that I've been running in has been, like, pretty cut and dry who's making the team. And this year it's a little bit more open. That said, like, this semi is going to be like a bitch. So right now, like, my goal is Sunday making it to the final. And what I learned in 2016 is, like, when you get to the final, like, anything can happen, but semi is the goal.
This is the 5th straight trials in Eugene, 4th straight US champs. How do you feel about having all the big meets hit?
I personally, because I've missed the last 2, I love being back here. So it's so fun being back in Hayward, and I got like goosebumps, chills going out there. Yeah, so I think it's also like could be time to have a fun trials in a different city. I would love to see that going into LA, like kind of gain momentum around the US. But very selfishly for me, I was thrilled to like walk out into Hayward today.
Yeah. What are the pros and cons of having big meets here?
I mean, you guys all know. I mean, I don't know, like
No,
it's-
from the athlete experience.
Oh, from
you
the
know?
athlete experience. Oh, I think it's more about the spectators. Athletes don't care. Athletes, if anything, it's like we know it. We know Eugene. It's very like easy. It's easy to get around. I would think mostly it's like at the end of the day, we're an entertainment. We are an entertainment product, and track is an entertainment product, and like it's an incredible meet. It's like I would say one of the most fun sporting events the U.S. should put on in the U.S. Like Olympic trials, our best talent in the country, in the world, like all here giving their best effort. Like this should be the marquee sporting event of the year, like in LA or New York. Like that's how big it is.
So you think this meet would draw fans anywhere?
I mean, yeah, if they did it right, like it's the Olympics. This is the Olympics on U.S. soil.
All right. Thanks, Kate.
Yeah.